What's going on, guys? It's your bro Taylor.
And your bro Ryan here, and we're back to update you guys with a good old-fashioned portfolio update. So this is week 14, and we're going to go ahead and jump into it, guys. This week I bought Snap, or Snapchat, a lot of people call it. Snap Incorporated is the parent company, and ticker symbol SNAP. So most people know Snapchat, especially if you're a college student or younger crowd, is huge on college campuses. I personally don't really know how to feel about this one. I don't ever use Snapchat. I don't see a lot of growth. This is one of the smaller companies in this social media space. When they're having to compete with Facebook, they're having to compete with little Google, and all of those tech companies. I don't really see Snapchat as a competitor. And as we mentioned in one of our previous videos, we always look at future outcome or future growth. And I just don't see what much more they can do. But a lot of people are bullish on them, especially because once I bought this one, I went and did a little bit of research, and for the most part, people are saying it's a stock to buy. So we'll see how it turns out. But
Yeah, I saw that.
I just don't know what to do about it, honestly. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, well, maybe people are thinking like, as the metaverse changes and everything's becoming more social media based, like that every aspect of people's lives seems to be like turning into the social, more online space.
Yeah, but the only thing I'm
kind of
thinking is like Facebook and Instagram, they adapt, and Snapchat became big, so they started their own kind of Snapchat. TikTok came big, so they started their own kind of TikTok. Snapchat can't do those things. They can't create their own Twitter. They can't like their own type.
They could, but they'd lose their whole identity.
Yeah, and they can't really expand like the rest of them can and adapt to fit the newest trend. They do one thing, and that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But kind of going off of that, I actually bought what was Facebook, is now called Meta Platforms, ticker symbol FB. You can tell what it is. Everyone knows that it's Facebook. It's now, Meta Platforms and everything. And there's a lot of people are very bullish on this. Now, there are definitely some people who are a bit skeptical about it, especially more recently. They had like a really bad earnings report lately, so the value of this stock like plummeted, like it was really bad. And there's, always kind of been a bit of a controversy around Facebook slash Meta Platforms about, like privacy and all this sorts of stuff. So it's a bit of a controversial stock. A lot of people are very bullish on it right now, though, because they see all the possibilities that could come from the metaverse and everything. It's a very new, developing technology.
They had the bad earnings report. They had the, I think, lawsuit that broke, and they lost, so they had to pay out. And I believe they had something big against, or Apple came out with their huge new privacy policy, and Facebook can no longer track and get all people's data from iPhone users. So they just were taking punches left and right recently.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of the story of Facebook. They've had a lot of these kind of like things break where they're like being investigated for something that, and I'm making it sound horrible, and some people think it is, but
to be fair,
it's a stock that stayed pretty resilient.
I'm glad you bought them because I don't want to put my money in something I don't back.
Yeah. But a lot of people are bullish on it. So from a stock perspective, I'm hopeful, obviously. But yeah, we bought earlier today, and it's already my biggest loser for the week, which isn't great. It's been on a downward trend ever since that earnings report came out. Yeah. That earnings report came out, and they've lost an overall market value like millions and millions of dollars. So not looking great, but hey, maybe I got it on a sale price, and it's going to make a recovery. People are kind of...
Let's just hope after May it starts rebounding, you know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, it can always start next week if you ask me, but hey. That kind of already covered my biggest loser. They were my biggest loser for the week. My biggest winner was actually Roblox, the one I bought last week. Some big things are coming from them. They're kind of expanding into the metaverse area as well.
Yeah.
The NFL actually announced a partnership with them, as the NFL is trying to also kind of expand their reach in the metaverse. So they're going to be developing what they're going to call NFL Tycoon, where it just lets fans like build, play, and learn in like NFL centered world.
That makes me think
a lot of big things are coming out for Roblox.
Well into the future. You're thinking like Ready Player One, the movie style. You get to be the quarterback in like a virtual world.
Oh yeah,
I'd actually play that. I don't know how I feel about the whole virtual
Yeah.
world and living in that and all that stuff, but being a quarterback or being a running back in like a virtual world and playing like Madden would be sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As soon as the whole metaverse thing became about, I immediately thought of that movie Ready Player One. I'm like,
Yeah, I reference it all the
we're
time
really
now.
getting to that point already.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, wow, what a joke. And everybody else saw it and said, wow, what a good idea.
Yeah. So
But
those are my biggest losers and winners of the week.
so my biggest winner is actually Delta. Delta is such a weird one for me just because they are performing pretty well, but at the same time, every time I look at them in the news, it's gas prices are going up. It's going to hurt airlines. Airlines have to cancel more flights. Corona hits again, and
Yeah.
you're like, how are they doing okay? But they are.
Yeah.
They've. I think they're my best
I
for
guess
the week
in
and
comparison
overall.
to other airlines,
Maybe.
when you compare them to other airlines and stuff, they're just maybe doing better.
Yeah, maybe. People are bullish on them since they're cheap. And then my
Yeah.
biggest loser of the week is Pfizer. Bought Pfizer, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I
Mm.
can't remember how much we bought them for. And it wasn't that big of a loser, but it is my biggest loser of the week. And I think it's just typical ups and downs. It's not necessarily bad news came out about Pfizer. Maybe it's honestly because the whole corona thing is kind of slowing down. I just saw an article today saying almost every state is slowly losing cases or ramping down, basically. And
Yeah.
that's not good news for Pfizer necessarily because that's where they had a lot of money in that. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll go ahead and jump into market value. So you want me to go this week? I'll go first.
Sure, might as well.
Okay, so I'm currently sitting at 811.08.
811.08. Okay, the gap has closed ever so slightly. Still a pretty big gap because I'm only at $777.52.
Okay. Yeah, I took
Yeah,
a good
got a
little
little
dip
tongue-tied there.
towards the end of the day. But if you guys have been following along or just seeing our progression in our overall portfolios, currently we should have invested we currently have invested $825. So to be even, we would want at least that, but we're both under overall. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks something happens. The market has been doing very well, but
the stock market has started to recover a bit.
yeah, so I'm hoping we at least make a little bit of money off this, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But then you hear other people talking, we're about to enter a recession, so who knows how any of this is going to go, honestly.
That is the perfect example of the stock market. Talking about it's in a recovery, but it's about to crumble.
Yeah. But yeah, this day was just kind of a bad day for the market overall. I think a lot of my stocks went down for the day. Yesterday was actually really good. But, the market's very turbulent.
For sure.
The distance between us is closing a little bit. I'm hopeful for a comeback. It's definitely possible. The stock market's kind of crazy. I think my biggest losers are going to stay my biggest losers.
You have so many speculative plays that if one or two of those were to work out or hit, it's game over. It's too close. Like if Rivian had big news that they're starting to sell in mass production, I'm over. If any of these, Facebook gets back on the horse.
But you have a couple of those. Yeah. I saw some more stuff about Lucid recently about how their cars are like super elegant and better than Tesla. Look, appearance wise and everything. So there's a bit of hype created.
And I do know
it could go either way.
They longer range.
Yeah. So there's definitely some positives for a bunch of stocks that each of us have, which would be great if they blew up for sure.
That would be interesting, yeah.
I've kind of lost all hope for like a few of my stocks like AMC. I think that one's kind of dead. It's been staying pretty low. But it can flip at any time. Hey, it's made its resurgence a few times, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah, okay. But thanks, guys, for watching. As always, keep following us on this journey. See how this portfolio turns out. Let's really hope it's positive next time we record this video. Like this video.
Yeah,
check us out on all the other social medias. And, thanks, guys, for watching.
Yep, thanks, guys.